So you're coming to Las Vegas, but you don't know where to start. Well, today I'm gonna give you the ultimate first-timer's guide to Las Vegas with all the places you absolutely need to visit and some tips and tricks you had no idea you needed to know. But also, what if this was the only time you ever got to visit Las Vegas? Ooh, decisions. Don't worry, I got you. So first things first, you're gonna wanna visit an observation deck or a rooftop lounge. So we do wanna go ahead and start off by seeing the grand view of what the Las Vegas skyline is. It's just stunning to see this crazy city from up above and how it was designed in the middle of the desert. Now, if you are here as just adults, then definitely do go to a rooftop bar. That way you can bypass having to pay for an entrance fee. But of course, you're gonna have to pay for a drink. There are a ton of beautiful rooftop bars. Just some of them would be Legacy Club over at the Circa Hotel in downtown, Alley on 66, which is over at Resorts World. But one of my favorites, I would say, is Skyfall over at the New W Hotel. It used to be the Delano Hotel, but for this one, it's on the 64th floor, and I personally like it because you are all the way at the very end of the strip, so you get to see some amazing views. But if you do have minors with you, then I probably would say either go to the Strat Hotel or to the High Roller, which is just right behind us. Next, we're gonna wanna walk through some of the casinos. Now, we do have some of the most beautiful and unique mega resorts along the strip, and each one of them is so different. We have theme hotels, which they actually have done a very good job on them. It's like they decided to bring a whole bunch of different parts of the world and just put it into one city. There's Egypt for the Luxor Hotel, which they also do have the Pyramid and the Sphinx. There's also New York, which does have their own replica of the Brooklyn Bridge, along with the hotel itself looks like the skyline of New York. And even if you go inside, it almost feels like you're going through a New York neighborhood. Venetian is just like the city of Venice in Italy, which they did such a good job with the Rialto Bridge and the canals with the gondolas. The Paris Hotel does have its own version of the Eiffel Tower, and the Caesar's Palace has so many different Roman decorations, and of course, you have to go see the ever so popular front desk area. And besides all the theme ones, we also do have plenty of fancy hotels that you just have to go and visit, such as the Cosmopolitan, the Bellagio, the Wynn, or Resorts World. Which, speaking of fancy hotels, the Bellagio is the #1 that you have to visit. So not only is the Bellagio in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip, but it also does have a few things that you just have to see when you come visit. So the first thing is right behind me. This is the Bellagio Conservatory, which is open every day for 24 hours a day, and it is free. As you can see, it is an artsy type of garden. It's very beautiful, it smells amazing, and they do change it 5 times a year. So they have a Chinese New Year, also a spring installation, which is what is going on right now, followed by a summer display, an autumn display, and a winter display. Now, when they do change it, it can take anywhere from about 7 to 10 days. So if you are coming to Las Vegas specifically to come see this, make sure that you check on their website because it will say which days it's going to be under construction. And then something else that I would recommend, if you can, come see it during the day and come see it at night, just because it looks like 2 totally different worlds. And then something else that you have to see as well is the Bellagio fountains, which of course is on the outside. So for that one, during the week from Monday to Friday, they do start at 3 p.m. and they go on every 30 minutes up until 7:30. And then at 7:30 until midnight, it is going to be every 15 minutes. And then on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, it does start at noon and it goes every 30 minutes until 7:30. And then at 8 p.m. it will be every 15 minutes until midnight. Now, here's the thing though, is that the fountains, honestly, they kind of do whatever they want. So don't be worried if you don't make it at the 15 or the 30-minute mark. They will happen just kind of like at their own time. And then when you do get a little hungry, something that I would definitely recommend is go to a buffet. Las Vegas is definitely known to have so many different buffets, and that way you can try so many different foods. Now, here in Las Vegas, we do have good buffets and then not so good ones. The ones I would at least recommend, I mean, we do have, of course, the Bellagio here. There's also the Wynn Buffet, Cosmopolitan Buffet. But the one that I would say you have to do is the Bacchanal Buffet over at Caesars, just because it is the biggest one, guys. You get so much to choose from right there, and they have so much crab legs. I mean, yeah, definitely go to the Bacchanal Buffet. Now, while we're on the topic of food, something that I would say you have to do is go to a celebrity chef restaurant. Now, we have dozens and dozens of celebrity chefs here in Las Vegas, starting from Gordon Ramsay, Buddy V, Giada, Lisa Vanderpump, Guy Fieri. It's just, the list goes on and on. And then I know a lot of people do think that celebrity chef restaurants are all gonna be fancy, but not necessarily here. They do have anything starting from fast food, such as like Gordon Ramsay does have fish and chips, Buddy V's has a pizza spot, Bobby Flay has burger restaurants. But of course, if you do want to go to the higher end restaurants, there's plenty of those. Some that I would recommend is the Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse, Betty V's Italian Ristorante. But if you're only gonna do one, I probably would recommend this one, which is right behind me. This is Hell's Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay. This is probably one of his flagship restaurants, and his food is so delicious. The one that I would probably get from there is his lobster risotto. Oh, it's just so delicious. Get it for yourself. I know it is an appetizer, but I do think it's best that you just kind of have it to yourself. And also, I do have a full video about the top 10 dishes that you must try before you die here in Las Vegas. So if you want to try some really good food, make sure you go check out that video. Now, if celebrity chef dining is not for you, I would at least try patio side dining. Now, the reason I say that is because, well, not only are you going to be able to see the beautiful scenery of the Las Vegas Strip, but I feel like here, one of the funnest things you could do is just people watch. There are so many crazy things that can happen on these sidewalks, on these streets, and let's just say that sometimes people end up enjoying a few libations, so you know they end up acting a little crazy out in the streets. But as for some of my favorites, I would recommend Alexa's over at the Paris Hotel, Beer Park because you're a little bit more higher up. Mon Ami Gabi is actually very delicious as well. You do feel like you're, I don't know, like you're almost in Paris or something, but instead you're just enjoying the Bellagio fountains. But also, if you don't care about people watching, you could still enjoy patio side dining over towards the Bellagio Hotel and enjoy their fountains there too. Now, since we did just touch base on some food, next we have to go into having some drinks. Las Vegas does have so many different lounges and bars, speakeasies, so many different places that you can have all these amazing cocktails. But one that I would say is a must visit is the Chandelier Bar over at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. This one is in the middle of their casino area, and it's just a massive chandelier. It's about 3 different stories. My personal favorite is being in level 1.5 because you're actually inside of the chandelier. You just feel so nice and fancy in there. They have tons of great cocktails, but I think one that you should really try is their Verbena cocktail. Now, if you haven't heard of it, it is like a ginger style margarita, but it does have a little buzz button flower inside of it. So the whole trick is that you drink it first, savor it, and then you put the whole flower in your mouth, chew it around, and it's supposed to numb your whole mouth. You get all tingly, your mouth waters. I personally really like that experience. I have encountered some people that did not like it at all, but I think you should try it yourself and just decide whether or not you like it or not. And even if you're not an alcohol drinker, a lot of these lounges out there do have plenty of mocktails that you're gonna like as well. Make sure that you also go out and see a show. Pretty much every single hotel here on the Las Vegas Strip does have a show or two, and there's something for everyone, no matter the age. Now, I'm gonna give you 2 show recommendations, and this first one is right behind me right here. This one is Absinthe by Spiegelworld. This show is so good. They have so many different performances, acrobatics, they have different types of acts. They have tons of comedy in there. Yeah, this show it's super hilarious, but it's very adult. A lot of its humor is very raunchy, but if you can handle it, you're gonna enjoy this show. It's very, very good. Definitely recommend. But if you do want a different one that's a little bit more family friendly, I'm gonna take you to another one, and we may or may not have a VIP look to it. Guys, I'm taking you to Mr. Okay, so for this show, we went through Klook to buy the tickets and save a little money. If you haven't heard of Klook yet, it's a booking platform that offers thousands of destinations worldwide. So yes, Mr. is one of the shows that I believe you do have to watch when you're here in Las Vegas, and it is family friendly. It is available for all ages. You can easily find popular tours, activities, and attractions all within the app. If you're traveling, Klook will quickly become your best friend. And we're gonna be getting an exclusive behind the scenes. We're taking their VIP experience. They're incredibly user-friendly, available in dozens of languages, and they support over 40 currencies. With their unbeatable prices, they offer great discounts and flash sales. So you already know we got a great price for this one. So make sure that you sign up for Klook today and download the app on your phone so you can start booking your next travel destination. And don't forget to use my code Norma to get an extra 10% off. And just so you know, they did give me permission to film, so that way I can show you guys everything that we're about to see.
You guys also get first access to the theater, which is really cool to see. Well, see it empty, before it starts filling in.
Yeah. Ooh, we're going backstage. Guys, we're gonna go on stage.
As you walk on the stage too, it is a little softer to touch. The stage is made up of old recycled tire materials, old rubber sneakers.
So we just did the tour and it was so cool. I took notes for you guys. So if you haven't seen the show, it's all about the circle of life. He said it was kind of like what the world looks like through the eyes of a baby. He did point out some pretty cool stuff that I hadn't noticed before. Like on the top right here, this is actually a treasure map, which I hadn't noticed at all before. They did mention that they have shows 5 days a week, twice a day when they do perform, so 10 shows in total a week. We did get to see all these different costumes, all these different masks, both nice and some scary looking ones too. We got to see the puppets as well. We got to learn a few fun facts about how like everything that's on the ceiling, it's 120,000 pounds that they hold up there. We got to go on the stage as well, and the ground is actually softer than the typical ground, of course, because they have performers, dancers that they're on there constantly. All their performers are from over 30 countries worldwide, so lots of different people from all over the world. And then we also got to do a meet and greet with 2 of their performers. And then it's right here on my lap, but when you do VIP, you do get your choice of snack and a drink. I got popcorn and I got a Pinot Grigio right here. That's a hefty pour right there. All right, but show's about to start. So now we're here at another spot that you have to come visit. So this is Fremont Street Experience, but you may have also heard it being called Old Vegas or Downtown. This is where Las Vegas first started back in 1905, and you are going to find a lot more hotels and casinos down here. As you can see, this is what is most known for, which is the Viva Vision. This is a light show that happens every single day from 6 p.m. till 2 a.m. every hour on the hour. So it is a light show where they do feature different artists such as like The Killers, Katy Perry, and so many more. And the best part is that it's free. They also have live music every single day starting from 6 p.m. They also have different performers and DJs as well. And they also even have a zip line that goes through the entirety of the whole canopy. Now this is about 5 miles away from the Las Vegas Strip, so definitely take some mode of transportation. Do not try to walk it. And then also kind of from the Strat to here, it can get a little sketchy, so yeah, definitely not recommended. Oh look! Oh. There they go. Now it is open 24 hours a day, but if you're only gonna come once, definitely come after sunset so you can see all the casinos and all the lights turn on. Now they do allow all ages to come here, but you're gonna see a lot of crazy things. There's a lot of street performers that are not always clothed, so just know that there might be some radar things along this pathway. So just be warned and be careful if you want to bring your children. And then since we are kind of on the topic about coming out during the night, I know a lot of people do want to go to nightclubs. Now I wouldn't say that it is a must thing that you have to do. I mean, there's nightclubs all over the world, but 2 places that I would recommend if you really do want to go to a nightclub here in Las Vegas, I would definitely recommend either Omnia, which is over at the Caesars Palace. They just have such a cool and amazing chandelier that does incredible things. It goes all the way down really close to the crowd. It's just a must-see nightclub for sure. And another one I also would say Excess. That one is pretty big as well, and they have some amazing artists as well. So if you do want to go to a nightclub, definitely one of the 2 I would recommend. Now I have plenty of trips and tricks throughout my videos, and I even have a whole first timers guide section in my channel, so make sure you watch those. But if I could only give you a few, these are it. Do not interact with the fake monks, just don't give them your money. If you are going to take any pictures with performers, just make sure that you set a price first before you do take the picture. Resort fees. It's not really a tip, it's just letting you know that they're going to be there, and they are going to include certain amenities, but there's really not a way to get out of them, so honestly just kind of accept it and make sure you budget for them. And then also when you do book your stay through the website, sometimes the price won't be included, so just make sure that you know that you're gonna have a resort fee tacked on top, water, and have lots of it. Remember guys, we are here in the middle of the desert, so you are gonna get pretty thirsty really quickly, and if you can, do not buy it inside of the casinos. They are so expensive in those shops. What I would recommend is either go to a CVS, a Walgreens, or an ABC store, or if you can, bring your own container and you can actually fill it up over at the pool of your hotel, or sometimes they'll have other water filling devices. Now this one's a hot take. skip the Las Vegas side. I know it's very iconic, but honestly, it's a little bit out of the way. It's all the way to the very south end, passing Mandalay Bay. It takes you a lot longer just to get there. And once you're there, majority of the time you're gonna see a very long line, and sometimes the weather sucks here. So you don't wanna be stuck out there in the middle of the summer when it's 112 degrees, or in the middle of winter when it's 30 degrees outside. Again, if this is your first time and you have very limited time here, I would probably skip it. If you're gonna come back a few other times, then sure, go ahead and check it out. But also you are gonna find replicas of the Las Vegas sign throughout the valley, so you can go ahead and just take a picture with one of those. If you can, take other forms of transportation, because the strip is a lot longer than the looks. I know when you look over towards the strip, it looks like a lot of these buildings are really close to each other, but they're really not. So you might be standing here at the Link Promenade and be like, oh, the Mandalay Bay looks so close. It's not, guys. It's really far away. Which also, kind of speaking of walking, make sure that you bring comfortable shoes, because again, you're gonna be walking a lot through the strip, and a lot of these casinos are mega resorts, so just walking from the front desk over to your room and back outside to the strip, it's a lot of steps right there. Now, when you are gambling, sometimes you're gonna be seeing these cocktail waitresses that are offering free drinks. Of course, just make sure that you tip, but also just be aware that's kind of how they keep you there. Sometimes the wait times to get a drink can be a little long, so don't think that just because you're sitting there for a few minutes and gambling that you're gonna get a free drink pretty quickly. Which also, make sure that you set a gambling budget, because your money can go pretty quick here. If you are gonna be visiting during the summer, try to stay indoors as much as you can, because again, it can get into the 110s or even higher, so it's gonna get hot really quick, and I don't want to see you on the floor pass out. And my biggest tip of them all, do not jaywalk. I know it's probably fine in your hometown, but here in Las Vegas, you never know who's driving. There's people who are drinking at all hours of the day and night, and it's not just people drinking and driving. There's also people who are driving that are distracted by all the pretty lights, and people who are walking who are also distracted. I've seen plenty of almost accidents here, so please don't do it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed these top places you must visit in Las Vegas for your first time, and all these tips and tricks. So as always, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe because we're almost to 200,000 subscribers, share with your friends, and comment below what's something that you recommend for first timers. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. How was it? What was it? What do you say? The eyes through the baby? Oh, thank you. Yeah, of course, through all the hotels and casinos. That's not it. Hold on, let's do it one more time. Water. Bring it. Let's get it back in the, okay.